Alright, and welcome back to XCOM2 War of the Chosen. This is the 4-man only Ballistic Run. This is as hardcore as it gets. Oh, I did forget to mention, we're also doubling the enemy's hit points. So if you're really into hardcore challenges, this is probably for you. I told you that it's going to be a no-mod run. Short update towards this. Viewers suggested that I'm going to just use UI improvement mods, and I can agree with that. So you're going to see health bar mods from now on, basically describing how the health of the enemy is, and a little bit color coding of the abilities. Other than that, let's jump right into it. Number one, I started building a resistance ring to get these sweet little missions from the get-go. Number two, we got tech breakthrough for improved swords. 1 extra damage. We're not going to say no to that, because that's keep in mind that's the only way how we can improve our weapons, because we can't tech for better weapons. It's ballistic only. Now, next up, we were starting to make contact with the southern part of North America when this retaliation mission happened. Operation Hammer Witch is what we're going to take a look at. And if you take a look at our prime team, which is Roby, Zirkin, Ranvan, and Edgar Alien Poe, you're going to be pleasantly surprised to see these faces back in action. We kept them safe and steady to go onto this mission, and we are going to jump directly into the action. For the reference, I am assuming that during this month and the next month we should be still fine with our weapons. Afterwards, it's probably going to be more and more of a struggle, and I've already made up my mind how we're going to counter that. So more to come if we're actually going to be successful during this and the next month. As for the viewing pleasure, from this mission onwards, I will try to cut out the things that are not as interesting as the rest of the mission, and try to keep the overall video maybe down to 10 minutes, and do a little bit of a voiceover or sometimes a stop. That will be extra effort from my side with video editing, and I hope that you can give me a feedback whether or not it's enjoyable, if it increases the viewing pleasure. So if you look at our team, you can right away see these abysmally looking health bars. I really don't like them, but that's the only one that I could have found for now. We are jumping right into the actual fight, and the great part about this is it's one of the Resistance Haven missions where we are not the main target. Instead, these Resistance fighters are going to be the main target, which means it's going to be probably a relatively easy mission for us. I think we do have a good chance to flawlessly run through this mission, provided we're not completely screwing it up. Alright, Roby, Zirkim, Edgar, and Ranvan move to the front. I think Edgar Alien Poe could take a good position here. For the reference, this is the 4th mission. I decided every 5th mission in this run, to make it a little bit more difficult, to put in a time challenge. So every 5 missions, I will actually start to have a mission where I'm only allowed to go with 30 seconds per turn. I don't know if I include the full turn from our side, or if it's 30 seconds per squad member. So that way I'm forced to do really fast decisions. I can't do it for a whole campaign, because probably the decisions wouldn't be good enough. But overall, maybe every 5th mission then gets a little bit of a different spin. Good. We can see the Sectoid has positioned himself there. Pretty sneaky, I must say. And since we need a little bit better positioning anyways, I think that's the perfect option for our frag grenade to get rid of the cover. Perfect. And from this point onwards, the Sectoid should be in a world of pain. So Roby's running to the front line, starting to hit the Sectoid. Good lord, of course we're missing. Ranvan could go for an extra teamwork. We're not going to do that, because the one extra action wouldn't be helpful, and I want to save that cooldown. Instead, he's just pounding on this guy. Last but not least, Circum. If we were to go in with a slash, with a melee vulnerability, we have a 66% chance to actually kill this guy. Now, since we can't move out, I do not feel confident that there's not another pack. So this is a perfect situation where there's a learning for you guys. Don't go in if you're not safe. He has a mind spin. He's probably going to run, and damaging him as far as to be almost in kill range is all we need this turn. See? There he goes. Just right back into cover. Yeah, fair enough. He kills one of them. Sucks for this guy, but we don't want to trigger any more enemies. Got a decent overwatch up there. And now let's see. Hopefully one of these guys is triggering the overwatch. But no. They are indeed not doing that. Here's the thing, as soon as we're moving into the area, let's see, so target preview, all of these fields would not allow us to see the guy on the rooftop, which is actually okay, you know what, I mean, he can stand there all day long as he... Oh gosh, that was a mistake from my side. I double-checked with target preview, and at no point he could be seen. So I assumed, wrongly so, that he wouldn't be able to see us as well. And it was a clear mistake to trigger the overwatch. Well, so much for the flawless mission. My bad. But in order to make that a little bit more interesting, we have just pulled yet another sector. Good job, Syken. That's how it's done. Alrighty. Let's get rid of his cover. So 4 to 6 or half of the damage, and we could give him an extra shot. I think since we're not going to kill him anyways, I will also not go for the extra shots. Instead, let's go for the critical hit. Good enough. And he's going to go in and run for cover anyways. There we go, he's back in cover. By the way, at a very, very bad position. Actually, both of them are in a bad position. Oh, and the game already tells us to please move on and don't be slow. Well, guess what? I would move on if they wouldn't have hundreds and hundreds of hit points. Let's get into a superior position here, shall we? Circum continues to res. And wonderful. 7 damage to that sector is really, really good. It's almost all we need. Secondly, let's abuse high ground, specifically if we have high ground and full cover. Very good. Nice one. That was a good positioning. Okay, next up. This is not going to trigger anything because we already have half of the enemies triggered and the other half are at the other packs. So could confidently move into a flanking position. Of course, missing the shot, so we're going to try that again. There we go. Could have been a crit. Let's just Overwatch for now. The Overwatch was a better chance of hitting him than going into full cover. Alright, there we go. There's the next pack, Stun Lancer plus a normal trooper. And it appears that there's yet another Stun Lancer. Oh my gosh, 16 hit points on a Stun Lancer. Ah, that's not going to be fun. Specifically since the Stun Lancer, once he hits targets that are already injured, he can render them unconscious. So we need to be a bit more careful there. And gosh, the ballistic weapons are bad. Every single defender here hits, but with crits of a maximum of 3 points of damage. You can't really say it's all too much damage that they are dealing. Okay, so back to the task at hand. We could storm in and go for a sword attack, which would be a pretty decent hit. Actually, let's do that. With the Blade Master ability and an increase in damage upcoming, we're most likely going to see more sword attacks in this run, which is a nice turn of events. I'm not going to use the healing yet because we only have one charge on our drone, but we're very actively going to progress further. Mainly reloading at that point. I'd like to take a position up here, to be honest, because with the sniper and long shot, and squad sight, that would be a pretty decent position. Okay, so they are going to be overrun at the moment. You can already see too many hit points to take care of them. Maybe if they all focus fire on this guy here, they might get one of the Stun Lancers down. But yeah, they're dividing their firepower pretty much at the moment. Which I can already see the Stun Lancers will end up injured, all of them, but they won't be able to kill any of the Stun Lancers. Which means it's time to motor. Zirkim leads the charge, closely followed by his good friend Roby. Both of them basically sprinting in. Last but not least, Edgar and Poe, realizing that the high ground here is merely an illusion because he can't just take high ground here. What a bummer. They were on high ground all along, so the whole planning with the high ground is kind of pointless. Good. Slaughtering continues. We are losing civilians left and right. There we go. The enemy is now fully standing within our perimeters. I mean, they're taking a couple of shots. That's fair enough. Yeah, but with the damage dealt, I still can't see that they're actually killing someone. So we know that they are within the rooms, which means if we are sprinting down, it's only one more turn until we can engage with them. Yeah, let's position ourselves here on high ground. Yeah, and we're really double moving every single time, so there's not so much more that I can do here. Not sure if we're going to be successful on this mission. That's 3 more down. We're running out of civilians. And like I said, we're very, very bad in they are the resistance folks are very, very bad in focusing. And now they're also unlucky, on top of being very, very bad. These two are chipping away on the stun lancet, but they're not being... They just can't pull it off. This here would be a probably too open position. Okay, there we go. Oh, they're even allowed to take a turn. Good. Let's get rid of their cover. Can we hit anything in here? Yes, no, maybe. Good. So, first one down. We killed the other one as well. Now left with 2 more. Let's make sure we're not going to be hit. I'm not sure about the 30% shots. You know what? Let's take 1. And I'll explain my... Oh yeah, okay, we have been lucky with that. And let's go on Overwatch with Sirkim here. And the reasoning is, enemy's target XCOM members on Overwatch, more likely. But Zirkim is the guy with the 8 protocol, so he would have natural and is in full cover, so he naturally was the most logical choice. Hey, look at you. Wow. So, we're not allowed to lose a single unit from here on. Like 4 plus 2. That's pretty much about it. The next one who dies is going to seal that mission for us. Which means we definitely need to kill stuff this round. Our grenade is most likely not going to kill anyone here. Could position ourselves up here or here. This here could be a strong position to flank him, but 8 damage is unlikely to happen. This here is much more likely to happen, specifically since we're flanking a lot of them. I am considering going for a full flashbang, just to make sure that we're increasing the survivability of all of the other resistance ops here. All 4 of them are disoriented, which is what we wanted. Disorientation also reduces their ability to take cover, so they should be more easily hittable from here. Galleon Poe moves up, hits, but only deals 2 damage. Unfortunate. We could go for a grenade kill. Wouldn't be the worst. We would securely kill this guy and damage him. That's an option. You know what? I mean, why not? Let's just get rid of the cover and maybe force him to force both of them to move. This trooper here needs to move. He's disoriented, so he's not going to take a shot in the open. He's definitely going to move. There we go. Took him his whole turn. Oh gosh. He could move further than I would have expected. This is hopefully a miss. Unfortunately, he's shooting into the open. Yeah, the flashbang was the right decision. Finally, they are taking cover. Because what a surprise, if you're standing in the open, you're going to get shot more often. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's kill them. So I'm confident moving in, even into the open. because A, there are so many other targets, B, I don't want to lose the mission, and C, statistically we have a good chance of killing both of them. Right, Roby's moving in, takes aim. Oh, don't you dare. "24 hit points, regenerating creature." I was about to say, I think on the first mission there aren't any faceless creatures, but I was wrong. So, matter of fact, we might as well, since we're going to get hit anyways, we might as well grab the loot. Scope is not too bad, helps us in the further process. We're not going to get killed right away. Even a crit at this stage would only hit for 6, but we're most likely going to be hit. Yeah, come on, bring it on, big boy. Ooh, lucky us. Okay, cover doesn't mean anything against the faceless. We basically need hits and a lot of damage now. Alright, here we go. Looks good. Okay.
Let's do this. We're green to go.
That was a very bad hit. Unfortunately, not super effective. Let's move away so we can provoke another Overwatch. Ah, gosh, missed again.
On Overwatch.
8 hit points. The chance to crit is just too low to make it worthwhile. What we could do though is we could move back just a little bit further. Most likely he's going to go after Circum. Almost down, but he's going to regenerate. Yeah, plus 2 hit points. There you go. There's the Overwatch I was talking about. Gosh, we are lucky. I wonder about their hit rates. Usually it should be at least 50%. But then again, I've seen enough 90+ shots missing. So yeah, that was it, guys. A little bit of a retaliation mission there. I think we did decently well. It was, wow, very, very close. We almost got beaten by the clock. Saved just enough of our own resistance forces and had been successful overall. Let's see what the sickbay timer is going to tell us, and maybe we got a promotion. So 7 days for Zircum isn't too bad. We have 2 tired soldiers, but we also got some promotions, and we're definitely going for Shredder here. There is absolutely no question. And Edgar Allan Poe, I love it. Let's go for Longwatch. Good, that's the end of our video, guys. I'll keep you updated for the next video.